Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of my single player 1.20 Let's Play. Oh man, so last episode we finished off over here after building this house, that barn over there, and setting up some sniffer farms to try and get all the stuff. What I have done so far, because I kind of started playing and didn't realize what I was doing until after I got pretty far. So I've set up some pitcher pods here in a field, and so we can actually come up here and walk through all of these. I haven't decided. I'm kind of thinking about taking some of these just randomly, breaking them and using the actual flower as the base, just to provide some difference in there. But I raised all of this up by one block, so going all the way around, it's raised up by one block, so you can actually see the plants growing, which I kind of like. And then over here, even though these aren't like too tall like those are, I've got these in here like so, and you can actually see the torch flowers in this this area because I raised it up with one block as well. So that's what we've done so far. These guys are the funniest as you're pulling them. Oh, we captured a pig. There's a pig stuck in there. This is so funny. Oh, the pig got out. You're running so fast. Oh, okay. This might cause an issue. Okay, come on to your new home. Come on to your new home. Oh, did you get out? Come on. Come on. There we go. And we will pull you guys all the way to the center, because I think we have a decent home for you guys now. Go ahead and well, I have managed to get quite a bit done, and I'm really enjoying this project. This was a lot of fun. This is just quite a bit that I have to do with this, so it is a little bit on the time-consuming side, which I'm fine with because it has been quite a lot of fun. Now I am bringing a lot of these torch flowers because I think I do want to put these in other places other than just around here, because they're such a beautiful little plant. I mean, I really like it. What I'm going to do, and what I've done already, is I've actually kind of thrown in some of the stripped cherry logs, some birch logs over here, because it actually works really well with the calcite. I actually really like it. We've done some polished diorite because I think it also works pretty darn well. So that's looking pretty nice. I do need to detail out the roof a little bit, but I'm going to save that for later on. I might do that on stream at some point. And then I also need to get windows in up there, detail out the interior, get that crane going. But again, I'm going to do that later on. The other thing is we've expanded this field. So it was basically here. It wasn't huge, but I wanted to expand it a little bit bigger. And then what we're going to do with these is this is going to be another pitcher plant. This is another pitcher plant because these are all three kind of small. So that's a little bit on the larger side. This is definitely the largest field, and we're going to do another torch flower field here, and then obviously pitcher and pitcher. Although what I might end up doing is making one of these two an empty field, almost like they haven't planted it, or they've just harvested it, or something like that. I might end up doing that. But again, I think I am saving that for later on. just because I'm not going to have time for it in this video. But we've gotten a lot of progress done, and I'm super excited about that. Between some of the computer problems I've had recently, which is not a huge deal, just due to the fact of updating Windows updates kind of messed up some of my recording settings, and I didn't check it, so that's on me. But it's all good. It's all good. Ignoring all of that, I think we've done quite well this week. I also wanted to say thank you guys so much for all of the support in the last video. We hit 1,000 views, the fastest video to 1,000 views I have ever had on our channel, on this channel. And that's just so incredible to me, and I really appreciate all of that. Also, there was a lot of really great comments, and I really appreciate that. Anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit today to kind of round out this video and kind of discuss what my feelings on the 1.20 update are now that we've gotten quite a few weeks of the update. Now, I haven't played around with every portion of the update, but I think I got kind of a good idea of all of the features, or at least most of the features. So I think I'm going to start off with talking about Archaeology, which I absolutely love. It feels like it is missing a few things to just kind of like fill it out and make it this grandiose, very large thing that I think it can be. But I think as far as a first portion or a first part of Archaeology in Minecraft, I think it is phenomenal. Mojang has done such a great job with it. I've had a lot of fun going to the different stuff, and it's added a few things within it, like in the desert temples, the desert wells. You can find these the suspicious sand in those, adding in the suspicious sand and suspicious gravel into the ocean ruins was awesome. And I think it's one of those things where those items added into those adds a little bit of excitement while exploring, while Minecraft has this issue where you kind of, once you've been to one ocean ruin or one desert temple and you've opened up that chest, you've kind of been to them all. That loot table really doesn't change. And while the loot table really doesn't change with Archaeology, I feel like there's something about it as you're digging it up that's just enjoyable. And I feel like I might be doing more exploring, even though I'm getting the same loot than I ever have, just because there's a different aspect to it. And to go along with that, the trail ruins, I've only done one. I've only found one so far, and that was in the first video, or the last video, and I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun digging it out and finding it and seeing the different things that were part of it. So I really think that they did a great job in building that. Now, I think my trail ruin was a little bit on the smaller side, so I'm excited to kind of see the different stuff, and I would like to do at some point maybe excavate one and bring it into closer into the world and find an area, maybe in the older part or in this newer part, find an area where we're actually like excavating it. Maybe we can have part of it underground still and showing a dig site. I think that would be a lot of fun to be able to pull that out and be able to add additional lore into the world because of something that Mojang has basically added in and given us a story to write, which I love. I absolutely love it. It also adds a lot to the world there's a lot more mystery about the world, because now it's like, oh well, who were the civilization that had these little ruins about, or these cities? Who were they? Why were they there? Why did they disappear, and all of that? So I really like that. It really gives the opportunity as us players an opportunity to add more story to the world, and it's just great. I love it. I love any chance that we can get to add in story and a reason that this world is a thing and what's going on in the world. I think that's always a positive thing. Now, as far as that goes, that's kind of it for archaeology that I've seen so far. Oh, and the sniffer. I guess I'll tie it into the sniffer now, because you find the sniffer through archaeology. The sniffers are absolutely adorable. I greatly love them. They're cute. The babies are adorable. They make cute sounds, and their animations are extremely great. They are an out of our like normal world being mob. So it's not something that we can go out and experience in real life. And it has this really just great Minecraft vibe to it. So the feeling that I get when playing around with them, when I was designing that farm, it was just really nice. I really like them. They're very deep in how simple they are, and I really appreciate that. Also, they feel like they're ancient mobs. They don't feel like they're something that's just like kind of more recent like, obviously they feel like more recent discovery because we've never seen them before, but they don't feel like they are something that's easily found. It's something that's very old and mysterious, and I don't know. They're great. I think they're a great addition. Another home run, just knocked out of the park with this update. They are great. I do feel, again, like there could be more plants added. There's two great plants, two plants that don't feel like they are from real life. So they feel ancient, like something that only the sniffer could add. I kind of upset that they are both flowers, because I feel like there could be more to it, and I'm sure we might see more added to these flowers later on. Torch flower, the one critique I have about these two flowers is the torch flower, I feel, needs to have a light level. Maybe not like a big one or like a strong one, but I feel like it would give off light. It gives off that vibe that it would be a light producing, have some sort of bioluminescence to it. So I think that's the one thing that I would absolutely change in a heartbeat about these two flowers. And I feel also that I would like to see maybe a food source added to the Sniffers repertoire of what they can find, because I think I personally just would like to see more stuff, and I would like to see a plantable food source. And I don't mind if they are the only ones that can dig up the stuff. Maybe there's a small chance that using fortune that you can get more of the seeds, more of the plant when harvesting. But I overall like the idea that once you plant them and once they're fully grown and you harvest them, you don't get any more seeds, so you have to depend on the sniffer even more. I think that's a great feature to have, because it really adds more need to keep the sniffer around. It's not like you get one and then you get one of each and then there's no reason to keep the sniffers around. So that's a really big plus in my book. I really like that. I think that's important, especially with something as big as this update. So that's my whole thought process. To continue on the exploration portion of this update, we have the cherry biome, or the cherry grove biome, which includes the cherry blossom trees, the pink petals, the cherry blossom leaves, what else? The saplings, the wood, all of that. I have one complaint about the cherry blossom biome. My one complaint is that it feels empty. I love the trees. I love the pink petals, especially with bringing the pink petals out of the cherry blossom. It doesn't feel like it depends on having cherry blossom trees around to create them. It just looks like little pink flowers. I think Joel Duggan said that, and I absolutely agree with that. They feel like they don't have to depend on each other, which is good, because adding them in to different areas would be nice to do without having to worry about oh, well, why are they here? No, they feel like flowers or some sort of something that grows on the ground, not needing to be part of the trees. But I feel like there is something missing from the cherry grove. It feels empty in a very strange way. I can't even really put my finger on it to exactly explain the feeling I get from the cherry trees, but I've had a few people agree with me on that it does feel a little empty. And this could be any number of reasons why it feels like that. We don't want the... Okay. We're gonna do... I guess we're gonna have to do this. I don't know how many I'm gonna need, so I'm gonna just load up. All right, back to the conversation. So yeah, I feel like there's something missing, and I don't know if that's necessarily a mob that needs to be in there or another plant, like maybe some bushes, maybe an additional flower or something. I don't know. And looking at like cherry groves, like Japanese cherry groves, it definitely feels like the biome. But I think I feel like maybe like some sort of deer, like a small deer, or something, especially if it can be some sort of Minecraft mob. I think it would do wonders for that grove, where you can only find this mob in cherry groves. Maybe it's a smaller animal, kind of like a fox in the taigas. I think that would be a great addition to the cherry grove. So some small animal or medium-sized animal. It could be like a small deer. And I think it would add a lot to the cherry grove that I think is currently missing from the current iteration. of the biome. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. I haven't played around with the chiseled bookshelf yet, but I love the idea of it. In practice, I don't know how it's necessarily going to work, but I love the idea of being able to take a written book or even just enchanted books and throw it into a bookshelf and have that in your library. That's such a cool addition and something that I think the community has been asking for a long time. So the fact that they've managed to make it happen, again, A+ work, Mojang, on that. The new bamboo wood. As you can see, I've added it up there in my... And this is also something, like, it would look so much nicer in this field to have these torch flowers actually creating some sort of light. So as far as the bamboo wood, love it. I think it looks a lot like thatch in a way, a lot more so than the hay bales. So I think that's just another great addition. Plus, there's quite a few new blocks added into that, new stairs and slabs, which are always great for detailing out. We got a few new textures. The fact that you have a main block of bamboo and then you can strip that, which is also great. I love the color of it. I think it just works. It's a great addition. A+. The new boat is fantastic because it is different from every other boat in the game. I think that's a great way to add in more transportation, especially water-based transportation, while making it feel different. So A+ work on that. Finally, hanging signs. Love. I love the fact that you can write on both sides of them. I think that is important, especially since they are hanging and you do have, I think, more access to the backside than regular signs. So that's great. And then I think you can also dye both sides independently of each other, which are great. Like so nice, because now you can have two different things being said on the same sign and you're saving a little bit. So very nice work on that. And I feel like I'm going to be missing other things. Oh, editing signs. That's been needed for a long time. Now that we have it, A+ on that. I think this has been a great update. Oh, armor trims. I can't believe I've missed that. Also, to go along with the archaeology, the pottery sherds, and the pots. I haven't made a pot yet, so I can't really speak to what I feel about that. But I can say that there's quite a few features of that I have researched, and I like that you can add a flower pot on top of it and it looks like it's inside of that, so you look like you're growing a flower. It feels goofy to have a small little flower like that in that big of a flower pot. If we could plant like 2 tall flowers in that would be great. But overall, I like it. I also like that you have a directional block that is player made now. So you can really design that block however you want based off of the pottery sherds that you find. And I also do like the fact that you have to keep going out and looking for them. There's no way to craft them. Also love that because it adds more reason to go out and dig in the archaeology, because you can never have enough of those pottery sherds. Especially if you want to do like pretty intensive details with those. I like it. Armor trims, A+. There is so much customization you can do with these armor trims now. So that's so great. I love that. I will be very happy to be able to play around with that. Also, the fact that you can you don't have to worry about keeping going out and finding those, although most of them are easy to find, especially like Coast. You can find Coast and the Dune armor trim, basically every shipwreck or desert temple that you run across. So that's been nice. But then the fact that you can craft them as well is also a plus. And then I haven't played around with the armor upgrade, the requirement for the netherite upgrades. I'm indifferent about that. I have so many diamonds in this world. Maybe in like new worlds or like servers that I may play on, that may come into more of a challenge for me at that point. But in this world, I'm not too worried. I've got so many diamonds I don't know what to do with, that I have several beacons worth of diamonds and still very little knowledge as far as what I could do with all of these diamonds. So now they have some sort of purpose, more so than what they currently have. So I'm fine with it. I have no I'm basically indifferent about it. But I think that's it as far as the update. If I'm missing any features, let me know. I haven't listened to the music, so I can't comment on that. I'm trying to save that. I might listen to that on stream later on this weekend. We'll see. Because I am curious about what that sounds like. But if you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure you hit that like button. And if you really enjoyed it and want to see more content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We've got to go out and get those camels, and I think we're going to be doing something in Aru with them. I have an idea for a little section, so I'm definitely wanting to work on that. So I hope you guys join me. Hopefully next week we will have the video out for that. I'm trying to do once a week, and I'm trying to get back into streaming as well on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button if you really enjoyed this content and want to see more like it. Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for me today. I do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next episode.